So, this one, it started with a photograph that some of you may know of Carl Solomon, Alan Holmes, Corso, Burroughs, Orlovsky, Ferlinghetti, and Robert Frank sitting on Alan's porch in Boulder. And a few years ago, somebody published that or put it up on a Facebook group, and everybody was freaking out. Oh my God, all of those people in the same place. What is that? Whoa. And for me, it was a picture of my summer vacation. And it wasn't that. And they were like, you were there? Tell us about it. And so I was like, oh geez. So I didn't do it that day, and I got up the next day and thought, okay, I better write something about Boulder 82. And I thought it would take about an hour, and I had some errands to run later that day. And, you know, and then I found the folder I still had from the event, and somebody else asked, I hope you brought a camera. I was 21 years old, and I did. And I was like, oh, right, there's pictures of this thing. And then it was like, oh yeah, I brought a cassette tape, a deck. There's tapes of this thing. And so as I started this, thinking it would take an hour or two to write what I remember about Boulder, it grew into, you know, ooh, this can't take a week, come on. Like, and then it ultimately took 11 days to write the whole arc of the story. And I was like, this is bigger than a Facebook posting. So then from there it just kind of continued to grow, and then it was a book. And so I have a literary agent in New York was shopping it around, and turns out evidently nowadays you have to have a platform, they call it, like a TV show, teach at a big university, be involved in a scandal, somehow have some way to sell the books, you know. I don't really have that. So as this was kind of going along, I started to look into self-publishing, and had just, you know, checked into all of them, Lulu and all of that, and had sort of gotten to CreateSpace. And I phoned them up, and I was like, and they were like, oh, it's like, I don't know, $500 or $700 or something for their editorial services. And I was like, well, how much does it cost if I don't use those? And they were like, well, that's free. And I was like, I would pay money to not have somebody mess with the prose. But it was going to be free to do it that way. So then it got accepted. 2 days after I had just learned this, it got accepted by Punk Hostage Press out of LA. And I was like, well, will I be able to keep control of the file so that you know, because there's a lot of publishing people here and writer people here, and we all know about manuscripts getting messed with. And I didn't want to go through that routine of, you know, getting galleys and having to pencil corrections and send it back to them, and then some schmo puts them in and prints it out, and you got to proof them. I asked, can I control the file? And avoid also house style, which I think are two of the worst words in the world for any author. And I didn't want any part of that. And you know, it was a thing that Kerouac fought against his whole life, was keeping the words as he intended it on the page. It doesn't seem like it should be that hard, but it is. So anyway, so that's why I ended up doing it myself. And I'm a huge advocate for it now. I don't think I could see myself ever going back to having some house style or person someplace far away deciding, no, you're spelling that word the way we don't spell it. And you know, you can't use an ampersand, you got to write out and all of those kind of things. That allows one to create exactly the canvas that you see without some editor coming along and going, well, let's take out this red over here, and we're going to change that to pink. And so, done with all of that. Okay, so this event in Boulder 82, as John Cleland Holmes put it, we had come from all over the country, from all periods of Kerouac's life, and more of us were together than had ever been in one place at one time before. And it's never happened since. So this was the biggest gathering